following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to Vibrant Living. I'm Dr. Lisa. Today we find ourselves in the Vibrant Living kitchen here at GM Roth. Thank you to them for the use of this beautiful kitchen. Today we will be making some sautéed Swiss chard with spinach, Vidalia onions, and cannellini beans. So let's get going. When I'm cooking, I always like to have a little bit of something to drink. So I have some nice ice cold Fiji water. Gonna have some of that. And this is a reminder to you to stay hydrated because your cells and tissues in your body need hydration for good health. So you're going to make sure that you drink every day half your body weight in ounces. You do the math of water. On our plate here today, our Vibrant Living plate, we have some gorgeous leaves of Swiss chard. These are the red and white stems. You can get the Swiss chard with the rainbow colored stems, which are absolutely beautiful. When you're buying Swiss chard, just keep in mind that you want to make sure that the leaves do not have holes in them and that the stems are not blemished. Now, Swiss chard is not only one of the most popular vegetables along the Mediterranean, but it's also one of the most nutritious as well, containing a lot of vitamin K for your eyes, and also because it's a leafy green, contains a lot of calcium for your bones. So there's a really good connection between calcium and vitamin K for your body and overall nutrients and phytonutrients in the body, keeping it in the realm of anti-inflammatory and very nutritious. So you're going to be looking for like these vibrant colors, the rich dark green leaves right in here. So we're going to get our pan going, and we are going to turn up our heat here. Get our flame going here. Start warming that up a little bit on low. And we're going to take another one of our onions here. I already started to prep an onion earlier. Okay, so again, a lot of times I cook with kale, but the Swiss chard has a bitter, pungent, sweet flavor to it that is going to come out nicely in this dish, which can actually be used as a side dish. It can be used as a main dish for lunch as well. And I was just thinking when I was preparing everything for the show that you could actually probably put in some egg whites in it and actually have it for breakfast, like an omelet type thing. Okay, so we're just going to finish chopping up some of our Vidalia onions here. And we're going to do a nice rustic cut. Rustic kind of means not perfect. Okay. And we're going to put a little bit of extra virgin organic olive oil in our pan. I can hear the sizzle already. Let's coat the bottom nicely. Very good. And your home is going to start to smell wonderful once you start this first step. So we're going to add a little bit of minced garlic in here. Nice chunk of it. I love garlic. And let's make sure our heat flame is going up here a little bit higher. Good. And we're also going to wait for our little sizzle here. We are going to add in some red pepper flakes right into the olive oil to add a little bit more flavor. And Swiss chard is truly one of the vegetable valedictorians with impressive with an impressive list of promoting nutrients. So we'll add some of that. Make sure we're up here a little higher. And I can hear it moving along just nicely. We're going to add some of our onions in. you go. Good. So let's get all of them in here. Great. Okay, and then we're going to just kind of stir this up a little bit so we can start sauteing and wilting down these beautiful crisp onions. And as soon as you put onions and garlic in your pan with a little bit of olive oil, the house begins to smell fabulous right away. Okay, so now we're going to get to our Swiss chard. I'm going to just take it all together, and we're going to just cut off the ends. And again, the leaves should not be wilted or have holes in them. I'm going to take some of this and put this in our garbage bowl here. All right. Now, sometimes people say, you know, Swiss chard is one of the vegetables that you can actually boil, and which is a really good thing because you want to make sure you get all the acid out of the actual leaf so that it doesn't go into your body. In addition to that, make sure you do not drink the water afterwards or use it for stock because it will be high in acid, which is not good for your body. Okay, and we are just going to give a rough chop to the stems, and I'm using everything in this dish. We're using the stems and the leaves. Beautiful, vibrant colors here in the stem. And I'm doing like a long, almost like a chiffonade type of strip chop here. And later on, that'll be great because when we plate it, it'll almost be like eating spaghetti because you'll be twirling the leaves. So we want to make sure we feed our body because good health is all about how you eat, how you move, and how you think. So by giving our body nutritious food and fresh food, we can sustain good health and wellness. Because most of sickness is because of toxicity and deficiency. We want to make sure that we're feeding our body what it needs to sustain, like I said, good health and overall wellness. Okay, so we have a beautiful array here of our Swiss chard. Let's give our onions a little bit of a stir here. They're coming out nicely with our garlic. You want this to wilt down. Smells fabulous already. Going to incorporate that garlic mixed in there with the onions. And again, the dishes that I prepare usually are minimal ingredients, and one pot would be ideal for every dish, but this is one of those dishes where one pot will do it. So let that wilt down a little bit more, and then we're going to add in our Swiss chard. Okay. So pretty. Now this dish can be used, like I said, as actually a side dish or a main meal for lunch. This looks great, doesn't it? Looks so pretty. Those nice green leafy vegetables providing calcium to your body for really good bone health. Now we're also going to add some baby spinach. I have a package of organic baby spinach, which is nice and easy and ready to use on those nights that you have not a lot of time to prepare dinner, but you want something quick and nutritious. And this dish is fabulous the next day to bring to work or to school in a glass container. And it's really good at room temperature also, so no need to reheat. So our pot is pretty full. What we're going to do is add a little bit of our organic vegetable stock, and we are going to help that kind of simmer down a little bit. Beautiful. And at this point, I'm going to add some cracked pepper right here. Put that leaf in there. And a little bit of organic sea salt. You may want to add a little bit later to help reduce some of the flavors. Okay, there we go. Now we are going to give it one more quick stir here. And to make sure everything finds a nice heated spot to simmer. Oh, it smells great already. Now this looks like a pot full of leaves, doesn't it? But it's going to actually wilt down and look just beautiful. So there we go. Everything's incorporated in here and not sticking to our pan. So we're going to give it a nice little cover, and we're going to lower the temperature down just a little bit. And we're going to let it simmer for about 5 minutes or so. So again, the Swiss chard is loaded with vitamins C, E, and beta carotene. All right, let's check on our Swiss chard and see how it's going. Ooh, this is really looking fabulous. These vibrant colors are still holding their own. Look at that, gorgeous. Smells amazing. The leaves are wilting down. And the spinach and Swiss chard is cooking nicely. Honestly, this can be done 20, 25 minutes, 30 tops. Depends on the quantity that you're making. And that looks fabulous. So now what we're gonna do is add some of our cannellini beans. I'm just gonna rinse those off right over here. Now, cannellini beans are also known as white kidney beans. They're very popular in Tuscany, Italy. Tuscany is really known for their beans, their white kidney beans, the cannellini beans. And the people there are called bean eaters. And in Italian, it's mangiafagioli, just in case you were wondering. And again, you want to rinse them off so that you kind of take some of the starches that are on the beans if you're using canned beans. In addition to that, if you were using dried beans, you would want to boil them for about 10 minutes to kind of reduce and remove the toxins that can cause gastric distress. So they're low in fat and high in protein. We give that a little shake right over here and put those right into our dish. That looks fabulous. Incorporate the beans right into our dish. Very nourishing, very satisfying lunch or dinner. Ooh, let's warm those up. This looks beautiful. Okay, and we're just going to put our cover on just for a little bit longer. And what I'm also going to add on top of our dish, which is pretty much done, is some Pecorino Romano cheese, just to add a little bit of saltiness and a little bit of cheese to our dish. Kind of an Italian thing, I think, is to top everything off with a little bit of cheese. Okay. Super healthy. Our beans are warmed through, and basically our dish is done. So we are going to turn it off. Now, if you wanted to kind of just put the cover on it and let it sit while, say, you're setting your table or greeting your guests, you can do that so that everything kind of stays nice and hot, piping hot, and kind of keeps everything contained in here. So what we're going to do is plate it right over here. Honestly, this is fabulous. I can't wait for you to try this at home. And let's grab some of our beans in here, and everything's incorporated nicely. This was really nice amounts of every ingredient so that you're not just taking a bite of one ingredient, you're getting a good mixture of everything. And we're going to take our grater and a little bit of our Pecorino Romano cheese right on top. There we go. Beautiful. So let's take a quick bite and see how it is. Absolutely delicious. Very piping hot. Nice. You are going to love this. This is a very hearty, satisfying meal. So thank you for joining me here at Vibrant Living today. This is Dr. Lisa reminding you to make great healthy choices for health and wellness. Be happy and live a vibrant life. Thank you.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.